Hello and welcome to another update video about Cardano. In this video we're going to take a look at the Cardano price, also the Bitcoin price and the ADA BTC chart. I wasn't really sure if I should do another video because, to be honest, not much is happening, but I know a lot of you guys need your daily ADA dose and I need it as well. So yeah, I thought let's go ahead with it. I also made a video just before this one about Paribus, a decentralized lending application on the Cardano blockchain, so you might want to check that out. You can get these PBX tokens on KuCoin. That video was not sponsored at all, but it's just a project on the Cardano blockchain I wanted to make you aware of. So if you're interested in that, check out my videos from today. We can see we're still in this triangle, and I added another line to this triangle because it gets quite messy to draw this one, because you have various touch points here on various time frames. So you see these three peaks here. To be honest, what these three peaks are telling me is that the buyers are there. Yeah, there were strong attempts for breakouts to the upside, honestly. And I did say in previous videos that generally Cardano in the past, at least, it was always lagging behind, like 2 weeks behind Ethereum. And based on that, we should have already seen that breakout to the upside, and there were strong attempts. So the weird thing was, whenever that happened, actually, that we broke out to the upside, you had Bitcoin dumping. Honestly, it really was all three times like that. So yeah, unfortunately, also the structure of the moving averages just have led to a situation where we are still below the 50-day moving average. So that is holding us down to a certain degree as well. And to be honest, I tried to add some Elliott Wave A, B, C, D, E waves on here, but it just gets messy, because based on that, maybe there would be an A here, you would have a B here, you would have a C here, then you would possibly have that as a D, that as an E. Well, if that was an E up there, I'll tell you what that would indicate. Let me just show you. Wasn't sure if I should do that, but then you would have that beginning here, you would have an A here, you have a B there, have your C here, your D, your E, and what that indicates, well, would indicate that we're actually gonna move, come on, that way in the next move, right? But I'm not too sure about this. It is really messy, this this triangle and this formation. So, but that would be, if this is the right count, that would indicate that we would go to the downside in the next move, break to the downside. And I'm a bit unsure about that. I just want to be honest about that. I'm not too sure if that is the right count, because it is quite a bit of a messy triangle. And what we need to say is that we are still in this sideways consolidation. We haven't seen any move to the upside. We've seen these attempts, but Cardano was unable to really build an impulsive move to the upside. But that will come. That will come. And I talked in a previous video about why I'm so bullish long term. Showed you the main Elliott Wave structure, and that we are still in a wave 3 to the upside. So this is just a small correction within that wave 3. So I'm pretty sure that we're going to see prices skyrocket at some point, and it's very difficult to say when. It's always difficult, you don't get time frames with Elliott Wave analysis anyway, you don't. So overall, the indicators also haven't really changed, because we're just moving sideways here for weeks. You can see the RSI just bouncing around the 50 line here on that 8-hour chart. The MACD as well, not really moving. So it's just consolidation, and the price gets squeezed and squeezed. So there isn't much more space where the price can move. So yeah, maybe this weekend we will see a decision here. So it's getting more and more draining, honestly, but also exciting, because the closer we get there, we will know what's going to happen. And again, I did say it before, I wouldn't mind either way, because if we go down, at least we have a chance to build some more buying power and buying pressure and get some more people interested. But at the moment, just you can nobody's, people aren't buying, because people aren't selling, people aren't buying. It's just that back and forth, really. People are staking, yes, and as soon as we get to certain resistance levels, people are getting rid of their ADA because they want to break even. But if we can move down and we see some strong buying pressure come up, then people might think twice if they really want to sell when we get to these levels, because we might really have a impulsive move to the upside, which will then keep people interested potentially. So that's just what I think. Looking at Bitcoin, I think I did say in a previous video that I think here we were, I did say we hadn't seen a that 5-wave structure to the downside yet. So I wasn't sure if it was a move to the downside, but you could add that now. So we potentially had this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 structure to the downside, small downtrend emerging after we made a lower high up here. And then this could here be an A, B, C. So we might already have finished that C, or we come up a little bit more to complete that C, and then we could continue in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern further down, maybe below 60K. Yeah, so just want to make you aware of that is currently a possibility. That's how it looks currently to me on this chart based on the Elliott Wave counts. And we are also in the bearish range currently here on the 1-hour chart, on the Bitcoin chart. On the 4-hour chart also in the bearish range. MACD is dropping below 0 as well. And on the daily, we are running out of steam on the MACD, made a bearish cross, a sell signal. And it points to me, it makes the impression to me that Bitcoin could come down in a little bit of a further correction, right? That is what it looks like to me. We have a very important support level at 60K. That's, you know, also a psychological one, but also it's pretty much where that support line, that ascending trend line is sitting at the moment. We already touched it. Yeah, we already touched it, had support, and that basically was that low of that B. And we're now coming up in a C. Maybe that's already finished, and we could continue our move down from here. So it's very important to hold that support level here at, it's actually not 60K. I think that's where the candle closed. I think we came down all the way to 59.6. It's very important to hold that level. If we drop further below, that could really be then the beginning of a further. So if you see us dropping below 59.5, I think we're going to continue our move down in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern further down. Okay, so if you see us dropping down below 59.6. Yeah, okay, so that's pretty much where the market is at the moment. And we can see here that we obviously found support on the ADA BTC chart down here in a W pattern, came up and now dropping a little bit because Bitcoin is coming up a little bit before it potentially now comes down in that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern in a downtrend, in a short-term downtrend. You know, I'm not saying this is going to be a crash or whatever. It's a consolidation in my point of view to get rid of that overheat, that heat in the market. We were in extreme greed and everything. So yeah, that's why you see that dropping while Cardano is holding the 215. Bitcoin is going up, which is why ADA/BTC is dropping here a little bit. Also pretty much where that resistance line is, that horizontal one. If we get above that here at 3,550, then I think pretty much we're going to get up again to that ascending trend line, to the next support level here, or resistance. It's 3,860, which would also allow us possibly to get back into that ascending or above that ascending trend line, which would be quite bullish, to be honest, because that would then indicate that we could continue our uptrend, actually, ADA/BTC, and at some point also take off here in a really nice parabolic move. That would fit quite well, actually, with if that might take another couple of days, would quite well fit actually with that apex here and potential move to the upside. But that count here, if it was correct, would indicate we're moving down. So again, in a sideways move, you can't really tell. You need to wait for a breakout. You can't say what's going to happen. I mean, overall, we are in an uptrend. I did say in previous videos that I expect, and that's still a scenario, I've been saying that throughout, that we come down once more to 180 or even a little bit lower. That is still at play, and I did say that before, and it could still happen. So yeah, it's conflicting things here, because you have that scenario that it needs to catch up on Ethereum, but also you have that scenario that ABCDE here, where we could come down once more. And again, before the breakout happens, you don't know. But even if the breakout happens, you have to wait for, first of all, I think here, when we break out of that structure to the upside, you have to wait that we break that trend line as well, because we had here, we can define that trend line here now as well. So we have 3 touch points here, and this is where we failed 3 times. So to the downside, we didn't really have a lot of fake outs, not on this triangle, yeah, how I drew the trend line. So to the upside we did, but it shows the interest of buyers was there. But as I said, every time it happened, we crashed down. So hopefully you liked that update. Not really much happened, but still wanted to keep you updated. Hope you appreciate that. If you liked it, please smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.